boys and girls. Welcome to the third spin here at the Mozzarella Sticks. Break out the sauce and get to dipping, because I am very attractive. And with me, as always, is the man who hails from the suburbs of Serbia, Mago Magus.
I mean, technically not the suburbs, actually from the mountains of Serbia, but, you know, it works. It works.
No, fool, I said the suburbs of Siberia. Therefore, if you try and muddle all that together, you get Serbia.
Ah.
God damn it, you never listen to anything I say.
I do listen. It's just sometimes it doesn't really...
Oh, sure, then what's my social security number? I say that
I actually do know what your social security number is.
And if you don't remember, you can look it up. I know.
Yeah, I got your tax return. I know way too much about your private life, sir.
That's not true. You don't know anything about all those goats.
I want to know
how I cook them.
Well, okay. If it's cooking, then I want to know, because you're a genius of culinary skill.
It's real easy. You burn them until they taste good.
You're not wrong. We are here at Monza. What kind of sauce you got for these mozzarella sticks, anyways?
You got to go with the traditional marinara, but also
I hate marinara sauce. Ugh.
It's literally just red sauce. It's spaghetti sauce. It's basic pasta sauce.
Yeah, which I'm not really a fan of.
Wow. Okay,
I know,
fine. We'll go with.
I know, it's fucking weird.
We'll go with a sriracha garlic mayo. Better for your hot fried cheese.
Now you're talking. Talking. Oop, that's not the track, Benjamin. Anyways, we are here at Monza. This is the fourth round. Yeah, fourth round of the ESR 3D Speed Championship. This is the Spring Series, and we're coming to the end of qualifying here for the power-based circuit in the wet. That is Monza. A lot of guys not getting Rettifilio correct. A lot of cutting going on here.
I didn't know we condoned Rettifilio.
Rettifilio.
I don't think that's appropriate.
We've got Dave Nelson here. 29 cars here today. So, pretty good one. And we've got some newcomers to the grid. Welcome, Marcelo Letelier. I'm going to go with that as the pronunciation. Hernan Filippini. And Christopher Becco. Welcome aboard. This is the ESR debut for, I believe, all three of them. Of them, Letelier is the highest ranked one in 8th place. And then you got Filippini back in 13th and Becco in 20th. But a pretty tightly packed field. The top 20 are about 2 seconds apart, which is quite a bit tighter than we usually are. So that's good to see.
I do enjoy the purple in the dark. Very well done.
This is very nice. It is. See, he finally changed up his livery, because he used to do the orange livery, so he looked very much like Dave's car, and now they look different. And now I can identify them. It's very good. As things wrap up here, a couple of cars out there looking to put in a last-minute time, including Zach Martin, Matt Higgs, and Dave Nelson. Monza does tend to be a really rough race, so we'll see what happens there, especially with the wet track. This could be a rough time. And William Murrah appears to be on the pole position with fellow Mercedes driver Jeff Wentworth. And then it is Burke and Turcotte and Tobin. 4 Mercedes in the top 5, Byron. Do you think a Mercedes is going to win?
I think perhaps it will be the Corvair.
Oh, the Corvair. Interesting. Rounding off the top 10, we got Zach Martin, Matt Higgs, Marcelo Letelier, Paul Riccobeni, Michael Magus, and then after that it's Max Simmons, Benjamin Adamian, Hernan Filippini, Guillermo Taylor, Cliff Hemian, Dave Nelson, Guillermo Martinez, Matt Howell, Jake Northrup, and Christopher Becco, and I'll pull up the rest of the results over here on the race app. So give me just a moment.
That boy known as the Filippini Wrecking Machini.
I mean, that'd be a good one. You should take that, Hernan. You should take that.
The Filippini Wrecking Machini, hailing from Jakarta.
That would be interesting. He's from Argentina.
Not Jakarta?
Nope. Sadly, no.
Well, crap.
All right. The remainder of the qualifying efforts. I've got a change here that Jake Keckley is ahead of Becco. So I'm thinking Keckley may have disconnected between the grid formation and qualifying, because it looks like he was 20th. But we'll be starting at the back, I imagine, as a result. So then it's Alonso, Lasudis, McRae, James, Ciencio, Waz, Voorhees, and surprisingly at the back of the pack, just because he's not really been there all season, Robert Arzumian was the slowest in qualifying. So he'll be at the back there in his Porsche. Admittedly, the Porsche not terribly strong here, so that might explain the issue. Oh, I am incorrect. Paul Riccobeni is in the correct livery. I have to reverse my earlier thought that for some reason I thought he was in the wrong one. I thought he was in the Emile Frey Lexus, which is Cole McRae and Jake Northrup's team. But he is in the Tech 1 car there. We also have the last car that hasn't made an appearance this season on the grid. That is the Nissan GTR, driven by Marcelo Letelier. So we do have that. Looks like Dominic Turcotte has not gotten off to a start on the line. He'll have to, in a very short period of time, rush back to his grid slot. There he is in the Mad Panda. Going, get out of my way, out of my way. I'm going to go through you if I have to get back to my spot on the grid. Looks like someone forgot to press the ignition.
Gonna go take a massive dub.
We got a bit of a gap forming there between Letelier, Riccobeni, and the cars ahead of them. So they may pick up a warning about that. And we wait for the green flags. And we are off here at Monza for 40 minutes with one pit stop. The two Mad Pandas are at the front along with the talk sport of Jeff Wentworth. Here we go into Variante Redifillo, pardon. Is it Filio or Philo? Someone tell me.
Oh, you tell me.
I've always heard it pronounced as if it's Redifilio, but there's no I where the I should be. Oh, contact!
Nice, get him.
Dominic Turcotte and Ayrton Tobin coming to blows there, I think. And then a body check by Matt Higgs. Ayrton Tobin is being touched inappropriately here on lap 1.
I expect you to know every name down by heart since you are Far East Italian.
I do not. I will say that right now. I probably do better on Italian track turn names than anything else. Oh, Tobin and Higgs jumping
because they
Raggio.
name them all after pasta dishes.
I mean, yeah, they definitely sound like they could be pasta dishes.
We have definitely had this discussion before.
We have had this. Yes, Imola particularly is the one that we had that conversation. So Turcotte has dropped down through the order to 6th place behind Tobin and Higgs. Riccobeni 7th, Simmons, Martin, and Letelier. Magus has slipped out of the top 10 down to 11th ahead of Taylor and Adamien, as well as Nelson. Big climber is Andreas Lasudis, who's up to 17th place, having started outside the top 20. And Robert Arzumian, who we were just talking about, was the slowest in qualifying. He's up to 22nd. So some excellent starts going on right now as Max Simmons does battle with Zach Martin over 8th place. Behind them it is Marcelo Letelier, and then Michael Magus, Taylor, Adamien, and the rest, basically. There's not a lot of gaps forming here until you get down to 18th place where Tom Laws is. Oh, 3 wide coming into Parabolica. This could be interesting. Magus was looking down the inside and abandoned the move. There is Guillermo Taylor and Adamien, his teammate. Are we going to see a little tango-on-tango violence here as we go on board with Guillermo Taylor? And in fact, Adamien in the bronze car for Tango appears to have overtaken his silver team leader. Magus going down the inside of Zach Martin into the Variante. Contact with Letelier. The Nissan gets spun. And that will probably be a penalty for Michael Magus when it comes down to it.
Guilty. Throw him out. Dirty player.
I self-reported myself for that one, so I will.
Wow,
I will be at the mercy of the court. When I say mercy, I mean the court has no mercy. So I'm gonna get hit with the gavel. Like that's how it's gonna work.
You're gonna be next on the Traploor Ross video for all the self-snitching you're doing.
Maybe. Matt Higgs doing battle with Ayrton Tobin. Tobin seems to be just at the absolute center of everything right now. In 4th place, they're doing real well. Top silver car at the moment by a long shot. Magus is the next one back in 9th place. So he is dueling up here with the rarefied air of the pro drivers. Murrah still leads from Wentworth and Burke at the front. And then behind them, Turcotte and Riccobeni squabbling over 6th position. Max Simmons doing quite well today. Shout out to him. 8th place. Doing good work. Somebody looked like Riccobeni there going very wide at Ascari, but I think the track limits there are fairly forgiving. Guillermo Taylor looking to make a move on Zach Martin, but we're kind of further back looking at Andreas Lasudis for some reason. No offense, Andreas, but you're not really doing anything at the moment. So camera guy, go look at the fight for 10th place. That is Christopher Becco.
I can't run that fast.
Christopher Becco's had a pretty good start. He's up to 15th place in the Optimum Aston Martin. About to lose that spot to Marcelo Letelier, though, I think, down the start-finish stretch here. Matt Higgs still being held up by Ayrton Tobin, who is making that Mercedes very wide. And they're coming up to lap traffic already. That's David James, who apparently has had a very bad start to the race, because here we are, 4.5 minutes into the festivities, and he's already falling off the lead lap. Rough times for the Tech 1 Lexus driver, who is about to be lapped by his teammate Paul Riccobeni. Hopefully he realizes that is his teammate and gets out of the way. We'll see. Pressure still on at the front. Wentworth is 4/10 behind the race leader, William Murrah. Mercedes, Audi, Mercedes. And a Porsche in the top 5 as we pick up Christopher Becco, who has lost a spot not only to Letelier, but also it looks like to Matt Howell. Max Simmons.
Hey, that looked just like a video game. That looked pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Max Simmons, by the way, with his custom gloves and suit now, as he has provided them to the admins.
Are they, it's all sequins and gold spangles and stuff?
It appears to be, it is the most lime green suit you've ever seen.
The man likes his daiquiris. What can you do?
He does. Anyways, he was lapping David James there. And sets back after trying to catch up with James's teammte, Paul Riccobeni. In fact, he's in a Lexus sandwich because Mike Magus is on his tail.
Perhaps Max is sponsored by our new sponsor, Swellery, the world's first meat-based plant snack.
Mmm. Delicious. Oh, somebody has just destroyed. Oh, look at the debris. Yikes. He destroyed all the signs. I think Ayrton Tobin is the answer to who did it, because he's got himself a drive-through penalty. That would be for a track cut. So he didn't.
Dirty bastard.
He just straight-lined Redifilio hard. Now, does he go in early, or does he keep fighting with Matt Higgs and Dominic Turcotte, which is probably costing him time, but at the same time, his teammate Jeff Wentworth up in 2nd place, probably pretty happy if he can delay Higgs as well as Turcotte and be that rear gunner that the TalkSport team really would like to have, because TalkSport's in the fight for the overall championship for teams.
Dang it, Turcotte.
I'll pull up the standings for the teams right now just to go through that at the moment. They're not winning. I do believe it is the Mad Panda crew that is in the lead right now, and I'm correct. Angry Panda on 313 as Higgs and Turcotte go side by side in Ascari. And oh no, Turcotte lost control of the car after a hip check from Higgs. That might come across the steward's desk. I don't know. We pick up Benjamin Adamien. Running in 12th place. There is Turcotte way off the track, recovering. And Adamien makes a huge mistake and just gets absolutely trained past him. Ouch. Nelson, Lasudis, Letelier, all just pounding their way past him.
All I can see is Martin.
Can't feel good. So it is Angry Panda leading from GPX Racing 333 to 313. Tech One's on 299 and TalkSport 285. Those are the 4 teams that really seem to be squabbling over the title. Although outside chance that Send It Nation in their McLarens will also be able to get in there, as Dave Nelson loses a spot to Marcelo Letelier, and somebody straight lines the chicane. I know that it has been stated that those will be automatic Tier 2 penalties if you straight line the chicane without properly slowing down, so those will be reviewed. I'll give a little spoiler. One car is going to straight line the chicane so hard that they put up a lap time 1.5 seconds faster than anyone else. It's like this is not even trying to hide the track. So Ayrton Tobin has decided to stay out, and he's doing a good job of holding off Matt Higgs and kind of really securing that podium position for his teammate Jeff Wentworth, unless Higgs can stage a massive climb. Wonder if Higgs will try to go for the undercut once the pit window opens.
I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He doesn't have no spoilers on that car.
I do believe that. Well, there's very little spoiler on these cars. This is a very low spoiler track. We'd be running minimum rear wing here. Much. Actually, I think Tobin will have to serve his penalty before the pit window opens. So undercutting him is not an option. I think he'll have to pit next time around, if not this time. And he does stay out, so it'll be next time Tobin has to serve his drive-through penalty. On board with GPX Racing, Matt Higgs. I think GPX has only got 2 cars in the field today, with Andreas Lasutis, the other one. No Justin Swan, and I don't think they have a 4th car. Is the Lasutis getting very, very close to that Nissan in a straight line? That is surprise. Oh, bumps him. And Letelier doesn't think he can make the chicane, so he's going to straight line it. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the one where he comes out way ahead. Yeah, he's gone. Like, he was right in front of Lasutis. Now we can't even see him. That's how far ahead he is.
Actually, what happened is he fell into the ditch, and he's dead.
No, he's not dead. He's still in 10th place. So that will probably be looked rather unfavorably by the stewards. Higgs has gotten past Tobin. Kind of disappointed that we missed that. Matt Higgs is trying to get Tom to give up my address because Tom knows where I live. And I'm like, you do that. You show up at my house. We'll see what happens.
He is heavily armed and has at least 2 butter knives and 1 wiffle ball bat.
I have a battle axe sitting next to me whenever I'm racing. I mean,
Me too.
Anyways, Matt Higgs up into 4th place, trying to make the best of a bit of a rough run here for the Porsches. Although, to be honest, Higgs actually did pick up a 3rd at Imola, which I didn't expect to happen. He is leading the championship by 9 points over Andrew Burke, who is going to eat back a little bit of that. As it stands, Burke would score 58 points here today to 53, so that is going to be a 5-point difference. So Higgs still championship leader as things stand. And you can see the big gap has been blown in the barriers there at the Redifilio. And Tobin in to serve his drive-through penalty, so that will promote a number of cars. So top 5 rundown: Murrah, Wentworth, Burke, Higgs, and now Max Simmons, who I don't think started all that high. Simmons started in 11th place, and he's up to 5th, having a very, very good race right now. As Higgs shortcuts the Raggia chicane.
Because every racetrack is a straightaway if you drive fast enough.
You're not wrong. Dave Nelson is up behind. That is Benjamin Atimien. And then teammate Matt Howell. That's Matt Howell in 13th place. He's having a really good run. Shout out to him. And behind them, the Bentley of Cliff Hemian.
Someone got Hemi owned.
Everybody got to be excited for the upcoming Spa race this weekend, which is a big one over in Justin Swan's Sunday series. Get ready for the live commentary on that, and what should be a very, very interesting race. Hopefully a little bit cleaner than the Zandvoort race on Sunday was. That I watched the stewarding video for that, and it was one that I think you would have enjoyed doing commentary on, Byron. We'll put it that way. It was a little rough. There's these two Italian guys that I think you'd enjoy having on your screen.
I'm down for that.
Zach Martin on the tail of Guillermo Taylor and Michael Magus. I mean, you could hop on with the live commentary team possibly on Sunday. I don't know. Nothing stopping.
Well, I mean, no one's invited me, so I kind of feel like you
just invade.
They're a bunch of jerks. Oh, Joe, I haven't thought about that.
I'm sure Justin would be fine with it.
Don't think I haven't thought about that. I'm sitting around, doing not much on a Sunday, and I see some people pop into the room we're recording in right now, and I'm like, I could just bomb in there and say some really horrible expletive type stuff and then bomb out. They can't stop me. I'm an admin.
Well, you should talk to Justin, see if he would like you on the live team.
Well, we'll see. Hey, listen, if the commentary boys are out there listening and you want me to show up, just ask. I'll see what I can do.
Marcelo Letelier looking to the inside of Zach Martin there. McLaren versus Nissan. Should be a pit window open here very shortly in about 20 seconds. So next time everyone hits the pit lane, there will be the option to pit and clear their mandatory pit stop. We'll see if they will. Shout out to Andreas Lasudis. We were talking about Matt Howell making up some ground earlier. I got to talk about Andreas here real quick. Started 23rd. He's up to 10th. It's an amazing run.
I salute your stick-to-itiveness and chutzpah.
There is the pit window open. So let's see here. Who's likely to make an early pit stop here? I'm looking for somebody who I think is stuck behind someone. Jeff Wentworth's going to go for the early pit stop. I think Marcelo Letelier might be an option. That Nissan is quite quick. And right now I think he's being held up a little bit really by Guillermo Taylor, so I think Zach Martin could possibly go for the undercut as well. Let's see. Nope, they're all going to stay out, so no undercut yet. Just Wentworth in the pit lane so far.
Wentworth in the pit lane.
Surely make you lose your mind.
Correct. Jeff in the pit lane. Normal course of events.
I mean, as long as it's not JCK, Jeff Kircher Kaufman, you're okay.
I don't know what that means, and I feel that I should be offended.
Mumbles, Jefferoni.
I don't know who that is. I deny all association.
I imagine being his pit crew chief would be incredibly annoying, because, I mean, we can barely understand him when he's... Oh! Tom Waz spins around.
Uh-oh.
Had a little helping hand there, but it looked like he was already breaking loose, so... Not sure how much blame I can throw around there.
All the blame.
He continues in 17th place. Interesting. He's got the wrong initials on his car. I'll have to check his entry list. It says Tom. It should be W-A-J for Waz, but he may have found a way to override the system. Paul Riccobeni's gone for an early pit stop. I've noticed he's fallen out of the top 10. We didn't see what happened there. Using my godlike powers of having been in the race, I can say he spun out at Variante Ascari. I don't believe with the assistance of anyone. I think he just hit the curb too hard. It got spun there. So that may be why he's looking for an early pit stop.
To be in keeping with the announcer speaking about oneself and experiences, you say that in the 15th person?
What would the 15th person be?
I don't know.
What is the noun?
I know that I'm pretty sure that there's actually a fourth person perspective.
There is.
But it's very hard to describe, if I remember correctly.
It's like a godlike perspective.
I don't know if that's right, but I'll go with it for now.
I think it is. I could be wrong. Leave it in the comments below if I am. But I believe it's kind of like a godlike perspective. Anyways. Mike Magus continues to defend against Taylor and Martin. Into the pits go Letelier as well as Christopher Becco, both of them having their first ESR pit stops. Good luck.
According to the Jugal. To summarize, the fourth-person perspective is the collection of points of view in a group, the collective subjective.
Interesting.
Yeah. Good luck pulling that off.
That'd be a tough one. Juan Borji also in the pit lane. The Tango Aston Martin crew. I've noticed that Tango has been bringing in some drivers ever since Benjamin Adamien dropped down to 2 license points being left on his license. It's like they're positioning themselves so that when Benjamin gets banned, they can just bring someone else in. So I've gotten a couple of messages from their team being like, "We got a friend that wants to join in." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, okay."
Third.
We're prepping for Benjamin to maybe have to miss some time. I got you. Although Benjamin's doing really well. He had a top 10 at Imola recently, finishing, I think, 10th place. And currently he runs in 9th place, although I think that's going to be a little bit lower down once the pit stops shake out. Andrew Burke in the pit lane. And in fact, that is Benjamin Adamien we're looking at through the back of Andreas Lasudis. This is the battle for the bronze win right now. As Max Simmons runs in a podium position for the time being. Just put up his fastest lap at a 54.495. Mike Magus in the Lexus behind him. And we pick up Robert Arzumian. Not overly sure why. He's having a little bit of a battle with Guillermo Martinez in the red Ferrari behind him, but that's kind of about it. But we do get a look at the very fetching, dynamic Porsche livery that he runs there. The orange, black, and white. I like it. It's a good combo.
You would. You raving,
Martin.
stark, crazy human
We got pit stops
creature.
from Zach Martin, Cliff Hemian, Jake Keckley, Jake Northrup, Hernan Filippini, and David James. There is Burke rejoining. So, not a good rejoining spot for Andrew Burke, right behind Arzumian and right ahead of Martinez. This could slow him down considerably, considering that he's fighting for a podium. He's been running in 3rd place this whole race, more or less. And as the best placed non-Mercedes, he has come out behind Jeff Wentworth, which is rather important. Or hasn't he? Where's Wentworth? Nope, there is Wentworth. So Wentworth is up ahead of Arzumian. So Burke needs to dispose of Robert Arzumian hopefully fairly quickly. Looks like we have a speeding in the pit lane penalty for Jake Keckley. Just got a stop-go 30 seconds. It's usually speeding in the pits. So that'll be unfortunate. Still a lot of pit stops to go. Will Max Simmons be... Oh, wait, Max Simmons is in the pit. I was just going to ask if he was going to be the last one to pit, because, you know, that's his gimmick. But both him, Lasudis, and Adamien all in the pit lane. As well as Howell. So the top... And Alonso, top 4 bronze cars in the pit lane at the same time. This could be interesting. As we look at Paul Riccobeni, his car looking like it has seen slightly better days.
I think they should turn pit lane into a pit cul-de-sac for added entertainment value.
That would be interesting. Arzumian heading into the pit lane along with Martinez, so they're going to continue their battle in pit row. Interesting. And Matt Higgs also rejoins the race for GPX. Porsche still in the top 10. But he is behind Jeff Wentworth, which is pretty key. Probably behind Burke as well.
You would say
We
that.
pick up
but you
race.
can't tell 'cause it's too dark.
We pick up race leader Michael Magus
Oh my god, he's the best.
in the front on the pit stops with Guillermo Taylor on his tail and Dave Nelson back there. Along with Tobin and Waz, the last 5 cars yet to pit.
I heard that Michael Magus is so attractive that most people have left the track at some point just to, not be blinded by his glory.
Guillermo Taylor looking at a parabolica there. Probably going to see the pit stop here because we are running out of time. Yep, there we go. Into the pits we go for both of them. Ayrton Tobin is, I'm not sure who that was. Was that? Oh, that was, I think that was the lapped car. Never mind. I was going to say, it looked like somebody really flirting with disaster there, but looks like it might have been, not sure who it is. Paul Riccobetti overtaking Arzumian and Martinez while they are in the pit lane. Moving up into 19th place, also overtook Keckley, who is serving his stop-go penalty. Let's see, has everyone pitted? Dominic Turcotte has not pitted. Back in 26th place. There he is. He's in the pits. All right, so he'll clear because we've only got about a minute left in the pit window. So anybody who has not pitted yet, better be near the pit entrance.
Unfortunately, Dominic Turcotte's only going 1 kilometer per year, so he will not make it all the way around.
I mean, I doubt that it's quite that small, or quite that slow. So we should have a look at where everything is here once all the pit stops are completed, and I think we've got the last wave of them here. I see Tom Waz in the pit lane. We saw Magus in the pit lane. We saw Taylor in the pit lane. Tobin in the pit lane. So yeah, last bit here should be cleared up pretty shortly. And William Murrah back in the lead. Wentworth and Burke still second and third. Matt Higgs still fourth. Mike Magus a bit of a winner in the pit stop cycle. He's up to fifth. Although it looks like he just got overtaken by Max Simmons, so not quite. Simmons is still Magus up to 6th place, having a good run. Zach Martin 7th, Guillermo Taylor, Dave Nelson, and apparently Ayrton Tobin's back in. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say Tobin's back in the pit, back in the top 10, but that's not the case. It is Marcelo Letelier and Andreas Lasudis rounding off the top 10. So. No new people in the top 10, but we have had a little bit of a shakeup.
Is that like the country song by the sister syndrome of a down? Shakeup, come something makeup.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then they order Chinese food. I think I don't understand. I don't get it.
It is chop suey. I think. Yes.
What about diced suey? No one ever thinks about these things.
I think chopped is probably better.
What about julienne suey?
That I've never had.
It's much more refined.
Andrew Burke in 3rd place. Not too sure why we're picking up on him right now, but
because the car sounds cool.
It does, and it's the only Audi in the field. So the only car that sounds like that is Andrew Burke. He's coming up to David James to lap him. David James has had a bit of a race to forget, I think, unfortunately. I think he's running in last place. So Murrah, Wentworth, Burke, Higgs, Simmons, Magus, Martin, Taylor, Letelier, Lasudis, your top 10. Your top 3 in the silver rankings are Magus, Taylor, and Hemian. And in the bronze, it's Lasudis, Adamian, and Howell. Another pit stop for Ayrton Tobin. Good for him.
He's got to get a complete overhaul plus 5 new tanks of gas.
Well, this will be his 3rd time in the pit lane because, of course, he had that drive-through penalty as well as a scheduled pit stop. So rough times for a guy who you have to think was looking for some good stuff.
Did he just not give the cashier the correct change on the drive-through? Is that why he got the penalty?
No. Well, he already had the penalty. The drive-through was for the penalty, sir.
Well, certainly drive-through is not a penalty. You just, you can get yourself a cheeseburger and some fries.
I mean, you could probably do that while you're taking a drive-through in a race.
Get you some corn dogs, yeah.
But no, he got a drive-through for plowing through the first turn there and blowing up all the styrofoam barriers. That was his doing. which was a bit of a highlight of the race. Andrew Burke cruising through. And Jeff Wentworth putting a lap on teammate Jake Keckley. I imagine the TalkSport engineers very keen to get Keckley out of the way. Could have been a really, really good day for TalkSport, and it's still looking like a fairly good one. I mean, we got Wentworth in second place, and they do have 3 cars out there, which is more than most teams. Guillermo Taylor in the pit lane again. Interesting. It's not a scheduled stop. So we check out Diego Alonso's gear. White and red, solid.
Black and yellow, like your favorite song?
It is not my favorite song. Oh no.
What? What do you mean? I thought you were a hardcore Steelers fan.
I am not. I am not.
Now that Benjamin Roethlisbergerstein has found the Lord.
Sir, Ben Roethlisberger can't win me over. Let's be 100% clear.
Oh, right, because he's tall and you don't like heavyweights.
It's not that I don't like heavyweights. I dislike most heavyweight fights.
For further
Matt Howell spun around.
For further shenanigans, be sure to show up on Saturdays when we watch fights and Mike talks endless shit about anybody who weighs more than 115 pounds.
That is definitely not the case, because that'd be the entire card.
Correct.
Except for... No, that would literally be the entire card. And I've got largely nice things to say about most of the people on this Saturday's card. I'm very disappointed that Matt Frivola got pulled out of his fight, though. I was looking forward to Frivola versus Camacho. That was going to be a good fight.
Hector Camacho?
Or is it Camacho who got pulled out? I'll have to look
I don't know.
All I know is that fight is not happening, and whoever didn't get hurt or didn't get sick is fighting somebody else now.
Let me find out.
Cole McRae running in 16th place. He has got the Lexus of Jake Northrup behind him, so recently overtook him. They're teammates. Presumably, maybe some team orders coming into play there.
Frivola got pulled from the fight, and the teammate and cornerman Billy Quarantine Boy had tested positive for COVID-19.
Ah, okay. So Quarantillo with the COVID.
Guilty by association. Despite 2 negative tests, Frivola was removed from the bout in an abundance of caution. That's fair.
It's fair. Tom Was running in 15th place. He's having a pretty good day. Qualified pretty near the back. 27th, he's up to 12th. That's pretty good. Solid work.
Oh, wait, that was back in June. What the fuck's happening here? They were supposed to fight on a previous card. Then Camacho... No, then Frivola tested positive. Then all that shenanigans happened, and then they were rescheduled, and then Camacho was in a car accident. So it's been Frivola will face promotional newcomer Terrence McKinney instead.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen McKinney fight, but based on the breakdown I was listening to today, you're gonna love him. This dude throws like high kicks and like flying submissions and shit. Like he is everything flashy and no substance. So we may love it. We may love
go
it.
toe to toe for like a nice 5-round series.
Nate, they're in the right weight classes. That could work.
They are fighting at lightweight, which is 1 pound, and so they could barely exist.
All of his wins are first round finishes apparently. So
Nice.
The Vivisection crew is like, I mean, either he's gonna tap Frivola like immediately or gas out horrendously. These are the 2 choices.
Terrence T-Rex McKinney.
Drive through for Juan Borge. Looks like he might have been taking a few too many liberties with the track limits. And he will be making his way down pit lane, maybe. It's also going very, very slow.
Your boy McKinney fought like on the 4th.
Yeah. So, one week to prep.
Nice.
one week between fights. Go, McKinney.
I mean, he did win the fight in 1 minute 12 seconds with punches to the faces.
Mm-hmm. By the way, if you like our MMA stuff, check out my Discord.
Don't do it.
PM me and ask for the Discord information for the fight sim.
Don't do it. It's a
Lots
trick.
of fun. It's not a trick.
I'll meme you to death.
I mean that is part of the initiation. Yes. Oh, we pick up Michael Magus, who's under pressure from Zach Martin, as well as that is a lapped car. Never mind. I was gonna say there's an Aston Martin in the mix there, but that's Christopher Becco.
Your boy McKinney has a win over a guy named Tonino Gavino.
Yep.
What the fuck? And his nickname is what? Maraggio?
Also, I think he also has a win over a guy named Cadence Ross.
Maybe.
That might be
definitely got a win over Caron Spain.
Yeah. The vivisection guys pointed that one out.
2 wins over Armando Best.
Armando.
Cadence Ross was his amateur fight.
There we go.
And then his first 2 professional fights were in a row against Armando Best. Rear naked choke. First fight, 2 minutes 15 seconds, round 1. Second fight, 1 minute 23 seconds, round 1. Get the fuck out of my way. Please, sir, if you could just escort yourself out.
Benjamin Adamian in a slew of his teammates right now, because he's a lap up on them, I think, running in 10th place, trying to hunt down Andreas Lasutis. He's got Juan Borji, I believe, and probably Ruben Ciencio is the other one to possibly help him out. William Murrah still up front and way ahead, 11.8 seconds up on Jeff Wentworth right now. Burke, Higgs, Simmons, Magus. Not really a lot of action going on in the top 5, to be honest. Looks fairly decided with 5 minutes to go. But further back, there's interest. Magus is reasonably close to Simmons. He's got Martin all over him, less than a tenth of a second back. And I wouldn't be surprised if Marcelo Letelier gets into the mix as well. They're in 8th place. He's doing quite well. Cole McRae running ahead of teammate Jake Northrup. The Emile Frey Lexus crew running in formation in 19th and 18th, or 18th and 19th. They are missing their third car of Mika Watt once again. Unfortunately, Watt has been... Oh no! Andrew Burke! He's on the podium! What happened? I saw another car going off as well. Where is Matt Higgs? Can we get Matt Higgs on the screen, please? Because he was in 4th place. Is he going to overtake Burke off of this? We want to find out. So it's Murrah, Wentworth. No, Burke is still ahead of Higgs. But Higgs is closed up to 2/10, so hopefully we get a good look at that at some point. In the meantime, Marcelo Letelier working his way through some lapped traffic there of one of the Tango Aston Martins. Running in 7th place, so he's gotten past Zach Martin at some point, and Michael Magus up ahead in 6th place. Letelier got punted earlier by Magus, who's probably sitting on a 10-second penalty. And that does make it very interesting as to how hard Letelier goes for this. But he is also new to the grid, probably wants to make a statement. And Matt Higgs has gotten past Andrew Burke and into 3rd place. Camera guy missed it. Very disappointed, but it was done. See if that Porsche can hang on against the Audi. This is pretty key because Higgs is the top man in the championship. And it is Burke who's in 2nd place. We were looking at Burke making up some ground, and suddenly that's not happening. Meantime, Benjamin Adamian has been stuck behind his teammate here under blue flags for a while. This is a bit weird. That is Lasutis up ahead, who is the guy he's actually battling with. Not sure which of his teammates that is. Could be Juan Borji or Ruben Ciencio. That is not really obliging his teammate there. I mean, I don't think he's doing anything wrong. I just think as a teammate, I would have gotten out of the way.
I would have moved a dump truck in his path and then watch him explode.
That's Guillermo Taylor, actually. That is mixed up in this. Taylor had an extra pit stop. Could also be that like Taylor was running ahead of Adamy, and there he is, gets out of the way now. That took a while. Michael Magus looking back at Marcelo Letelier with 1:30 to go here. Probably one more lap after this. As they head into Curva Grande. No, this is Lesmos. Lesmo 1.
Listen, I'm not going to lie, I do enjoy
Lesmo
some Curva
2.
Grandes.
Mm-hmm. Zach Martin in the background can't seem to quite keep up with these two. But of course, Magus does have that 10-second penalty that we hypothesize he'll have as they head into Ascari. And Magus doesn't defend with any great certainty, we'll put it that way. And we'll head into the final section of the lap into Parabolica and on to the final lap here. I assume, I don't know where William Murrah is, but this will probably be the final one. Nissan v Lexus. Japanese bragging rights on the line. That's actually the car we haven't seen this season. There's been no Honda NSXs in the field.
And no Daihatsus.
Well, there is no GT3 Daihatsu. I'm sorry.
Wow. Racism.
You should check out Texas Mech Warrior 5 playthrough. He's got he's doing co-op with his buddies, and one of them's driving an urban mech, so he's like never in the fight. He's just like, guys, wait up for me.
That's funny.
Oh, Magus has lost the spot to Letelier, so we went away from that fight at the wrong time.
Put him in the wall.
No, he's pulled clear. I think the move was made at Variante Redifilio, probably. As we're heading to Raggia, I do believe, right now.
Place him within the barrier area.
So Magus drops back to 7th, which admittedly probably was going to fall there anyways, having been the one who punted Letelier earlier. So there's a certain level of karma to that overtake. We'll probably lose a spot also to Zach Martin, but not to Andreas Lasudis, who is far enough behind to not be able to take advantage of that penalty. One of the Aston Martins down a lap there in the background. See if Martin can make a run. Kind of a needless run, to be honest, because he's got Magus has got that penalty, probably. But we don't know if Martin is aware of that. And, of course, he is a member of Send It Nation. By the way, William Murrah has won the race from Jeff Wentworth, so a 1-2 for Mercedes. For the first time this season, I think a 1-2 for a brand. Matt Higgs on the podium again. That's his 4th straight. Andrew Burke. Max Simmons will finish in 5th place. And then it'll be Marcelo Letelier. Michael Magus on track, but might lose that spot in the steward's office. And then Zach Martin 7th. Andreas Lasudis, if he is going to finish 9th, it looks like, and he had a fantastic race. I need to congratulate him on his bronze victory here. Big showing. Benjamin Adamien makes it back-to-back top 10s. Good on him. 9th at Imola, 10th here today. Very good. Dave Nelson, 11th for the Send It Nation. Cliff Hemian. Diego Alonso, 13th.
And then,
Bronze podium for him. Very good.
sorry, I went down the MMA rabbit hole and got distracted by KGB Lee. So what happened?
KGB Lee, always very distracted. We're just finishing up the race right now. Matt Howell, Guillermo Martinez, Tom Waz. Tom Waz, good race. Gotta appreciate a 16th place finish there for a Porsche. Not a terribly strong car at this track, and he qualified quite far back. Paul Riccobeni recovers to 17th ahead of Jake Northrup and Cole McRae. Robert Arzumian had a pretty solid day in 20th place ahead of Jake Keckley, Hernand Filippini, then Ayrton Tobin, Guillermo Taylor, Juan Borji, Christopher Becco, and David James. DNFs for Dominic Turcotte and Ruben Ciencio. And I will post the standing update here, and we will tell you what's going on with
What's going on?
everything.
What is going on? Tell us now.
I am trying.
Go ahead.
So something that happens on Race App sometimes is it gives you like this developer mode where like everything looks weird.
You're a code monkey. Decode it.
It's a bit of a problem. So I just refreshed it. It fixed itself. Okay. So standing rundown with 3 rounds to go, and keep in mind there is 1 drop score here. Matt Higgs leads the championship with 256 points ahead of Andrew Burke on 242. William Murrah with back-to-back wins is now up to 240. Jeff Wentworth in 4th place on 165. Big drop off there. But keep in mind Wentworth has a DNF that is serving as his scratch result. So when the scratch results come in, I think it's going to help him out a fair bit. Then it is Dominic Turcotte with 140, as well as Michael Magus with 140, followed by 138 for Zachary Martin, 110 for Benjamin Adamian. He's having a fantastic season, despite the fact that he is, I'm holding my fingers really close together, he is this close to getting a series ban in the license department. But the on-track results have been very good. Paul Riccobeni and Dave Nelson rounding off the top 10. In the team's championship, GPX has taken over the lead from Angry Panda by just 2 points, 407 to 405. Talk Sport into 3rd place ahead of Tech One Racing. They're on 369. Then it is Send It Nation 347. Dynamic Motorsports on 224. Tango on 217. 138 for Carbones. And Emile Frey on 113. In the Bronze Championship, Benjamin Adamien, 6 points up on Andreas Lasudis. Great battle going on between those 2 Argentinians for the bronze crown. Diego Alonso's on 88, followed by David James on 78 and Seth Chaney on 73. Chaney was not here today. And in the silver category,
he's off the Chaney.
Michael Magus has kind of pulled really, really clear in the silver department. He's up 60 to 36 over Dan French and Jake Northrup, with Tobin on 32 and 26 for Cliff Hemian. So that's getting a little bit dangerous. He's won back-to-back. We're up to Nürburgring next time around, and we'll see how things go. A lot is still to play for. Everything is pretty tight outside of that Silver Cup right now. And Byron, do you have any final thoughts you want to add?
Remember, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the gentle art of folding clothes while people are still in them.
I actually got that shirt.
Nice. Does it also say involuntary yoga at the end?
Yes, it does.
Very nice. Carry on.
Actually, it says involuntary yoga on the back.
Oh, well, there you go.